What's up, guys? This is Tom Burkhardt from Car Revs Daily in the 2017 Ford Explorer Platinum. So Explorer Platinum is the range topper for this revised Explorer lineup, and comes with standard all-wheel drive with terrain modes, and then the turbocharged V6. So this 3.5-liter EcoBoost makes 365 horsepower, 350 foot-pounds of torque, so lots and lots of power, and gives this truck a ton of capability for towing, which is always very, very nice. Explorer has found itself in 2017 as one of the most capable three-row SUVs that's not a full-on, like full-size Expedition or Tahoe type vehicle. Really just excels at giving, really good legroom and third-row seating space, but in a truck that can also tow. And that's the big difference between like new Acadia and this Explorer, and even vehicles like the Highlander and you name it. Many other vehicles do not have the same towing confidence as the Explorer Platinum. So that's pretty good stuff, and it's sort of that sort of intense utility nature of the vehicle kind of defines how the Explorer drives these days. Not quite as quick as I remembered, a little heavier feeling than I recall, but overall a very charming and safe machine for your family's road trips and beyond. Definitely pulls strongly. I can see with my, I have the intelligent four-wheel drive mode displayed in my cluster here, and I can see how much the power is going to the rear axle. It looks like it is fully like 40% or so versus, let's see if it'll give us first. So now we're in first gear, and then we give it the goose. It's almost a 50-50 split. Whereas on the highway, in normal stuff like that, it will just be like 80 or 90% to the front. But good to have that immediate power transfer to the back, because that was traditionally something in the Explorer's 25-year lifespan, something that was not great. Was how it transferred power all around. So instead of being a rear-wheel drive based vehicle for 2017, this is really like an all-wheel drive car at its heart. But it has the capability of a little bit of a unibody, as well as some elements of a body-on-frame design shared with this this platform from which also lived under Volvos and Land Rovers for many years. So that is one thing, is the Explorer is not all new for 2017. This is just a facelift. It sounds pretty good. This is a nice little exhaust rasp on full throttle. This is a facelift, so a lot of the platform stuff is exactly the same. In fact, all of it. The drivetrain and the engine and transmission, and then overall drive systems are the same as previously, and have been on the market for a couple of years. So not quite cutting edge in terms of like just a 6-speed automatic transmission, for example, versus like some of the 8 speeds that are most efficient in these big SUVs. And you do take a hit for all the weight of this vehicle in its fuel economy ratings, which are 16 city, 22 highway. So that's not outstanding, but and it is down like a couple points versus like Highlander and Pilot, but is up a few clicks versus like Tahoe and Expedition. So again, you sort of like, you're just kind of right-sizing it with this Explorer in having most of the capability of a full-size SUV, but not quite all of that scale. So it does, when you compare it to full-size SUVs, the Explorer rides great and feels really nimble, and is generally pretty fun and easy to drive. You can see I'm driving with the paddles here, and then also with it in PRNT S, which I really like it in S versus T. It makes the car feel a lot more enthusiastic. But once you're in the paddles, then it has you sort of like in a gear for engine braking and things of that nature. So they've just been moving it back and forth there. So versus like full-size vehicles, the Explorer drives like a dream. But versus some mid-size crossovers, Explorer definitely feels pretty gigantic. I mean, good braking, like overall pretty trusty handling in general, but definitely doesn't feel very tight. It's sort of like, it's a little mushy, not a very sport-tuned suspension, despite having a unique suspension trim for this Platinum trim level. It feels pretty floaty, and you got a little play in the steering, and generally just a lot more heft than you do in like the new Platinum, or excuse me, the new Pathfinder, for example. Of course, Acadia is much more car-like, drives like a RAV4 these days, but can also seat 3 rows of people. So you kind of have this Explorer a little bit behind the times in terms of how easy it is for its like in-town family mission, but also holding on to a lot of capability that these sort of like 3rd or 4th gen crossovers have abandoned, as they become, you know, not even pretending that they can do off-road stuff. So, hold on, I gotta get around this guy. So pretty speedy, good passing power. Generally pretty impressive. Got a couple rattles from in back in the car somewhere, and so yeah, pulls really strongly. 365 horsepower is awesome. This is the engine lineup is pretty similar to the Mustang these days, in that you have standard. Actually, I take that back. So you've got it has similar powertrains as the Mustang. So you've got the standard V6, which makes 290 horsepower, and then an optional 2.3 liter turbocharged EcoBoost 4-cylinder. Excuse me, making 280 horsepower, and then you have this top dog making 365. So Explorer Sport runs the same powertrain and drivetrain, and definitely would be the one that I would choose, or even perhaps the XLT with the Sport Appearance package, because this Platinum, you really load on the money. And it takes us to a pretty steep as tested price from the Explorer's entry point. But you know, there are benefits. Like, this Platinum is really quiet. The seats feel good. You've got massage. Oh, so I still have the massage up. You got massage controls here for, you know, low and high, and then of course you can adjust each of the lumbar really precisely. So you've got some nice controls and premium elements. I think the car's a little quieter than base Explorers for this Platinum. It definitely rides very quiet. Perhaps thanks to the acoustic windshield, but just very luxurious and premium in how quiet it is on the road. But versus like a $32K starting price for the Explorers, you know, coming in at $53 as our base for this Explorer Platinum, with everything standard basically, except for the center console in the back and this blue jeans blue metallic paintwork, it takes our total to $55,000, and that's pretty dangerous territory, because at that point you can be, you know, in an entry-level X5 or you know, MDX. I mean, there's some real serious rivals that are going to drive a lot better than this Explorer in 2017. But, you know, for its fitness for purpose, I think the Explorer is great. It's got some nice timely upgrades to its style outside, tech and functionality inside. We've got auto parking here. You know, our park sensors, of course, really good. 180-degree camera system in the front, and the new Sync 3 system, which is a lot quicker, has much better button responsiveness, and is pretty easy to use in general. And then some nice detail upgrades for this Platinum trim level. So you've got custom sort of French stitched and quilted leather seating, and which is great. But you got heated, cooled, and massage seats up front, heated seats for the second row, bucket seats back there, of course, for many of the trim levels like Limited and above. And then the only option here is that center console between the second row seats. So that adds like a couple $100 and takes your out the door price to about $55,000 even, like I just said. So nice timely upgrades. Include some really handy stuff for family and cargo management. Like, you've got that one-touch power fold and stow, and you've got like multiple settings for the third row that are all power controlled, and then you even have a power tumble for the second row so that you can get into the back seat a little bit easier. So those are nice things, pretty innovative for the segment that I haven't seen too many times before, to have power controls for that stuff. But, you know, are they enough to buy the car in general? I mean, probably not. But for people who love the Explorer, and of course this SUV is one of the best-selling nameplates of all time, the 2017 Explorer has much to love, including this sort of really sharp new style, its LED low beams, and enhancements all around. So we've got a walk-around video that you can hear the audio for coming up next on YouTube here. But until next time, we'll talk to you soon. This is Tom Burkhardt from Car-Revs Daily in the 2017 Ford Explorer Platinum.